Hey guys, it's Jenny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am working with Time for Tea Designs Blooming Lovely Balloons. I'm colouring with Copic markers. And I've already done the skin here. I was just showing you the markers that I've done. I actually forgot to turn my camera on for that. So I used the E000, E00, E21, E11, E04 and R20 for the cheeks. So I'm very sorry about that. I've got a habit at the moment of forgetting to turn my camera on for the skins. So I'm just going to now start my colouring. I will have a list of all of the Copic markers used on my blog. So if you'd like to check that out, it's angelhandmadepapercraft.blogspot.com. Again, all the links for that will be at the end of the video as well. So I'm just starting with the purples. So normally when I Copic colour, depending on the size of the area, I normally lay down the lightest colour first just to put some moisture into the cardstock, and it just makes it a little bit easier to blend. So I'm just starting with that. Just adjusting my lighting here. We've just started the design team back up again with the Time for Tea designs. Not sure if you guys know much about the company, but they have actually just opened up their own little cafe, so they've been focusing on that a little bit lately, but they've just getting back into and settling down back into the design side of things, bringing out quite a few new gorgeous images. So I hope you guys will stop by their Etsy page and have a look and grab some of those gorgeous images. So here I'm just laying down the darkest of the purples, which is the V09, just where the petals overlap each other and just on the center of the flower there. So I'm now going in with my V06. Now the V markers sometimes aren't the greatest to be blending with. Sometimes I do end up using the tip to tip technique to get those to blend out. Sorry, you can't see all of my colouring. I've moved my camera so that it's completely overhead now. I had a few people mention that they prefer it to be that way. The only problem is that when I'm colouring, you can't always see everything that I am doing. So I do apologise for that. So just working my way through the V markers. I'm now moving on to the V05 marker, just to blend those out. So just grabbing the edge of the last colour that I blended on and pulling that out into the rest of the flower. And finally back in with my lightest marker, which was the V04. And now pulling all of those colours together and blending it all in. I'm actually sitting at home with the heater on at the moment doing my voiceover. It's freezing here, it's 10 degrees Celsius. We don't get the snow and all that sort of stuff that some people do get. I don't know if I could handle that. I'm freezing as it is. My bones are aching because I'm cold. But I have work to do, so that's what I'm doing. My son's got his school sport on today, so I'll be leaving in an hour or so to go to that. So I'm trying to get my body warmed up, ready to go back out into the cold again. So that is the first of the flowers done. So I'm just making a decision in the background here of what I'm going to colour. Sorry guys, that's my husband sending messages while he's at work. It's always the way. Nobody wants to talk to you until you're trying to do a voiceover or record a video. Now working on the oranges and yellows, I'm using the YR14 to start with. Y18 to blend that out. It's only a small area, so you don't really need to use 3 markers. Y13, but that's just what I've done. And then I'm just adding a little bit more of the darkness in, and now working my way through the petals. So that was the yellows. And now I'm going to start on the reds and the greens. So I'm using YG05. Just on the leaves. And I think that was YG67. Just to add a little tiny bit of darkness in and a little shadow and detail. Go back in just with the YG09. It just needed a little tiny bit more blending, so I've had to bring in a third marker just to do that. And then back to the YG05 just to blend those out. Now you will notice that I do swap and change between using the Copic Chows and the Copic Sketch. There isn't much of a difference between them. The Copic Chows don't hold as much of ink, so you do need to refill them a little bit more. And the Copic Chows, the Copic Sketches are obviously a bigger barrel, so they do hold a little bit more ink. I do prefer to use the Copic Sketches. They fit comfortably in my hand. I don't know if that makes sense. The Copic Chows are round, and I use them because I have them, but I am slowly trying to replace. Like if one of my chows runs out, then I'll normally replace buy the refill and also purchase the sketch marker. And then I'm slowly trying to sell off all of my original chows. I'm working with the RV markers now. So this is the RV19. But for somebody starting out, like I would definitely suggest starting with the Copic Chows just to make sure that you do like them, you're happy with them, that's what you want to be using all the time. The last thing that you want to do is spend a fortune on the Copic Sketches and then find out that you hate Copics. So just working my way through with those, carefully blending it all out. This video, the card is actually going live tomorrow, so I'm trying to edit this video that's been sitting on my computer for a few weeks. I'm a little bit behind in everything at the moment, just trying to get caught up and on top of things, but there just never seems to be enough time in the day anymore. And you know, I've got the bigger family now, so my husband has 3 kids, and I have 2 with one of them, one living with us. So there's obviously a lot more washing and, you know, cooking bigger dinners and bigger groceries and more cleaning and all those sorts of things. So I don't have as much time as what I used to have. I'm just showing you here. One of the marker that I'm using right now either was overfilled by me or overfilled when I purchased it, and it started doing that blobbing up, which those of you who use Copic markers will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like all of a sudden all this ink just builds up and is sitting loose on the end of your marker, and if you take both of the lids off the marker, it will let it equalize and just let it sit on your desk for a couple of minutes just so that it can the pressure can release. It wouldn't be the first time, and I actually did a card yesterday, I think, where a big drop dropped right on the center of my card. Thankfully, I was able to save it. It fell on a place where I was able to add some darker colors to fix it, but it doesn't always work that way. It always seems to be just right at the end of a project when you finish coloring, the last blob and straight into the middle of your image. But I was very lucky that I noticed this very quickly and I was able to save it. So this is all the R markers. There you go. It was going again because I didn't let it settle for long enough. And I think that was actually one that I have overfilled. Alright, so that is my little bouquet of flower balloons. I just need to do the balloon strings and then they will be done. This is only a pretty short video for me today. It's a 23-minute video. It was a very quick colouring, very simple, not a lot of little tiny pieces that I needed to colour. So I'm now going on to her jeans. Hopefully I'll remember to move the image so that you guys can see. No, at this stage I haven't realised. Sometimes when you're crafting, you go into your own little zone and you just completely forget to look up and to make sure that you are still on camera. This is obviously one of those occasions. My own little world, enjoying my colouring. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just adding all the folds into her jeans. Just trying to work out where I'm going to put all the shadows and the creases and things in. So I'm just adding the shadowing just around the top of her pant underneath her belt, because obviously her belt will be creating a shadow onto those pants. So I'm now just going back in with my next lightest marker and just starting to pull out that darkest marker and create more of the shadows and increase the creases into her pants. And into the next colour, again, same thing, just carefully grabbing the edge of the last marker that you coloured with and just pulling it out into the image that you are colouring, or the section, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, just working my way through all of those colours. think this is now the lightest colour that I used. This is the B93. Oh, sorry. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, but I had a rough night with my husband and his horrible sleeping lately. I'm quite tired, and I was up editing a few videos as well while I couldn't sleep. So I'm just using that lightest colour just to pull all of those colours into the centre and blend them all out. Loving the way that these jeans turned out. Quite cute. Just adding a little bit of a W marker into the front of her jeans just to create, you know how sometimes you get the jeans that have got that little bit of a grey kind of tinge into the denim? That's what I was trying to create here. And because the W marker has more of the blender in it, it kind of eats away some of the blue marker and creates just the right colouring that I was after. So just trying to work out, I think I'm looking for what markers I'm going to do on her top. Yep, so I'm going to go with the oranges. Just the YR markers. So I'm starting with the YR27. Again, just starting working in where all my shadows are going to go and the creases and things like that I would be putting into her shirt. So obviously underneath her breast there will be a shadow, and then just around the sides of the top so that you can see that it is kind of rounded. Working in with my YR. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, I missed what that colour was. I will have them all listed, like I said, on my blog. So if you want to check that out, all the links will be at the end of the video in the description. So just working my way through and blending those colours in together. Quite happy with the way that this is blending out. I am not an orange girl. I don't think I own anything that is orange. I hate the colour orange and I hate the colour green, so I don't own much green stuff either. They're not me colours. I'm generally a pink girl, or I wear a lot of white. I love my jeans. Nothing like getting dressed up though and putting a gorgeous dress on, but I do like my casual gear. So now I'm just adding in some blue. I'm just giving her some blue shoes. Just trying to blend everything in so that it all looks matchy, matchy, matchy. I wanted to add still just a little bit of colour onto those shoes as well, so that's what I'm doing here. Alright, and next I need to give her some hair colouring. I thought she was a bit cool, so I thought I might give her some coloured foils into her hair. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. They actually didn't turn out too bad, so I'm quite impressed with them. I would never be game to do that to my own hair, but it's very cool, you know, and if you can do it, why not? So I am going to give her some brown hair. I'm using the E55, E57 and E59 markers to do that. So I'm just showing you, I'm just using some alcohol, I didn't even say that properly, alcohol wipes to clean the ends of my markers. I do try to do that every time when I'm using them. The cleaner you keep them, the longer your nibs will last, because they're not getting all that dry, yucky ink on them, which is what makes the end of your nibs shiny sometimes. And again, you guys will understand what I'm talking about if you use Copic markers. They become sticky and shiny, and then they don't blend nice anymore, and sometimes you even need to replace the nibs, which is quite annoying. So I do try to keep some alcohol wipes on my desk so that I can clean them up. I don't use them to actually clean the nibs. I use Copic Colorless Blender for that, but this is just to clean the actual marker. And inside the lids as well, don't forget to clean inside the lids, because obviously every time you put your marker away into the lid, it's picking up all of that old ink that's sitting in there. So I'm just working my way through, starting with the E59 marker, adding in, the darkest areas with that one, and then I'll go through and carefully blend each one together. So we're coming to the end of the colouring of this video today. I don't have a card process for this one. It was just the colouring side of things, but I hope you guys will come and check out my card on the Time for Tea blog, and also on my own blog. And I think I still have this card for sale at the time of this video. So if you are interested in purchasing it, I will have a video, I will have a still shot of the card that I made with this image at the end of the video, and if I remember, I will try and pop it at the start of the video as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my colouring today. I do have quite a few other videos on here, so if you'd like to subscribe, I'd definitely love to have you. And yeah, leave a comment below if you feel the need to, or if you want to share the love, please do. Like I said, all the links will be below the video in the description box, including the links to the image, to the Time for Tea blog, and to my own blog, and the Facebook page where I sell all my cards. Just putting in the last of the colour here. I really appreciate you watching my videos. Very slowly trying to build up my YouTube following. I really enjoy doing these videos. Just starting to get to the end now. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.